Chinwe was the kind of woman every man dreamed about. Her skin glowed like a fresh palm oil under the sun. Her waist curved like a well-crafted pot, and her smile could waken even the strongest warrior. In Umaku village, everyone knew her name. Suitors came from far and wide, bringing yams, palm wine, and even goats, hoping to win her heart. But there was a problem. Each time she sat with a man, something terrible happened. Prah! A loud, uncontrollable fart would escape her. The first time it happened, she laughed nervously, hoping the man would ignore it. He didn't. He excused himself and never returned. The second man looked horrified, like he had seen a ghost. The third hid his nose and ran out of the house. Soon, no man wanted to come near her. The whispers started. Chinwe is cursed. A fine girl like that? What a waste. Can Chinwe break the curse without losing the one man who stayed? Watch till the end for the shocking truth that would leave you speechless. Subscribe for more African folk tales and mysteries. Comment below. Would you sacrifice your love to break a curse? Like and share this video. And if you are new to this channel, hi guys, welcome. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button at the end of it all. So guys, let's continue. Who will marry her now? At first, Chinwe ignored them, but as time passed and no man stayed, she started to worry. Even her own family was beginning to lose hope. Her mother, Mama Chinwe, signed every day, while her father, a proud man, avoided the market to escape the shame. One evening, as she sat in her well-furnished white-painted bedroom, she stared at herself in the mirror. How can I be this beautiful yet so unfortunate? She thought. She had to do something, and so, with her heart heavily, she made a decision. She would go to the village herbalist. If this was truly a curse, then she needed to find a cure before it was too late. Early the next morning, Chinwe wrapped herself in a bright blue wrapper and made her way to the home of the village herbalist, Papa Nuku. Her compound smelled of dried leaves, burnt herbs, and something she couldn't name. Papa Nuku was an old man with a long white beard. His eyes, sharp and knowing, studied her as she walked in. "Ah, Chinwe," he said, stirring a pot of dark, bubbling liquid. "I knew you would come." Chinwe's heart skipped a beat. "Papa, I need your help. Something is wrong with me." The old man chuckled. "I know, my child. The whole village knows." He pointed to a small stool. "Sit." Chinwe hesitated. What if she sat and pra? She clenched her stomach and sat down slowly. Papa Nuku closed his eyes, muttered a few words, and then threw some white powder into the air. Smoke filled the air, and his voice turned deep. "Your grandmother offended the gods." Chinwe grasps. "My grandmother? But she died years ago. The gods never forget." Papa Nuku said. "She took something that was meant for them, and now her punishment has fallen on you." Tears filled Chinwe's eyes. "Papa, how do I break this curse?" The old man sighed. "Only true love can save you. A man who can love you despite your misfortune, only he can set you free." Chinwe felt her stomach twist, not from the curse, but from fear. Who would love a woman who could not sit in peace without embarrassing herself? Determined to break the curse, Chinwe decided to give her love another chance. That week, her parents arranged for another suitor to visit. His name was Obinna, A tall, strong hunter with broad shoulders and a deep voice. As Obina sat in their modern living room, Chinwe forced a smile. She tried to stay calm, to focus on his words, but her stomach had other plans. Prah! Obina's eyes widened. He coughed, stood up, and muttered, I just remembered I left my trap in the forest. Before everyone could stop him, he was gone. Her father rubbed his temples. Chinwe, what is this now? 2 days later, another suitor came. This time, it was Madu, a wealthy trader. He brought gifts, gold earrings, fine wrappers, and a basket full of food. Chinwe was hopeful, but as soon as she sat beside him, prah! Madu choked on his drink, grabbed his gifts, and ran out. Her mother sighed. Chinwe, maybe you should start preparing to live alone. Chinwe ran into her room, threw herself on her bed, and cried. Was this her fate? To be alone forever? One evening, as Chinwe walked to the stream, she saw a man she had never seen before. He was tall, with dark skin, and a confident smile. He sat under a mango tree, chewing on a stick. Their eyes met. He grinned. Are you the famous Chinwe? Her heart pounded. Who are you? Chima, he said. I just moved here. Something about his smile made her uneasy. Most men looked at her with fear or pity, but Chima, he looked amused. Is it true what they say? He asked. Chinwe frowned. What do they say? That you can clear a moon faster than a bushfire. She grasped, ready to walk away, but then, prah, she froze. Chima laughed, a deep, genuine laugh. Ha! So it's true. Instead of running, he stayed. He laughed until tears rolled down his face. And for the first time, Chinwe did not feel ashamed. From that day, Chima made it a habit to follow Chinwe around. He met her at the market, walked with her to the stream, and even visited her house. Her mother eyed him suspiciously. Young man, don't you have work to do? Chima grinned. My work is to make Chinwe smile. And somehow he did. He made jokes, exaggerated stories, and whenever she let out a fart, he would clap and say, that one was strong. You are getting better. Chinwe laughed more than she had in months, but she couldn't help but wonder why was he not afraid like the others. As news spread about Chima and Chinwe, the village began to talk. Who is this man that does not fear the curse? Maybe he's not normal, or maybe he's after something else. Chinwe ignored the whispers, but doubt crept into her mind. What if Chima was only pretending? What if he had a secret of his own? One night, as she lay in her room, she whispered to herself, who is Chima really? One day, Chima took Chinwe to a quiet part of the village. Let's play a game, he said. What game? She asked. You fart and I try to guess what you ate. Chinwe covered her face. Chima, you are not serious. But he was. And when it happened, he said, Ah, that one is ogbono soup with stockfish. Chinwe burst into laughter. For the first time, she felt normal. But deep down, she still wondered, is this real or is he hiding something? One evening, Chinwe visited the herbalist again. Papa, I met someone and he does not run away. Papa Nuku narrowed his eyes. Be careful, my child. Not all who laugh with you have good intentions. Chinwe's stomach twisted. But what if he is the one? The old man threw more powder into the air. Smoke filled the air. Then let time reveal the truth. One night, Chima invited Chinwe to sit by the river. As they sat, watching the moon, he turned to her. If I told you I had a secret, would you still trust me? Chinwe's heart pounded. What secret? Chima smiled, but did not answer. For the first time, Chinwe felt a chill. Days passed, and Chima's strange behavior continued. He would disappear for hours, return with no explanation, and sometimes, when she spoke, he seemed deep in thought. Then one evening, Chinwe followed him. She watched as he slipped into the forest, moving quickly like a man with something to hide. Her heart raced. Who was Chima, and what was he hiding? Chinwe hid behind a thick palm tree, watching as Chima disappeared into the forest. The night air was cool, but sweat trickled down her back. What was he doing? Slowly, she crept forward, careful not to step on dry leaves. She saw him stop near a large rock, looking around as if making sure no one was watching. Then, to her shock, he bent down and pulled something from under the rock, a small clay pot wrapped in red cloth. Chima grasped, but quickly covered her mouth. What is that? Is Chima a herbalist? A thief? Or something worse? She wanted to run, but curiosity held her in place. The next morning, Chinwe couldn't stop thinking about what she had seen. Chima acted normal, making jokes and laughing, but now she saw him differently. She needed answers. That evening, as they walked by the stream, she asked Chima, "Have you ever kept secret from me?" Chima chuckled. Everyone have secrets, Chinwe. Even you. Her heart pounded. Did he know she had followed him? She forced a smile. Would you ever lie to me? Chima's eyes darkened. For a moment, then he grinned. Of course not. But Chinwe wasn't sure anymore. Unable to sleep that night, Chinwe returned to Papa Nuku's hut. Papa, I think Chima is hiding something. The old man nodded. What did you see? She described the clay pot, wrapped in red cloth. Papa Nuku's face grew serious. That is no ordinary thing, my child. What do you mean? Chinwe whispered. The herbalist leaned forward. A pot like that is used for strong charms. It could be for protection or something darker. Chinwe's hands turned cold. Should I ask him about it? Papa Nuku shook his head. Not yet. Watch him. Chinwe decided to test Chima. That night, as they sat in her room, she sighed dramatically. Chima, I have been thinking, maybe I should find another herbalist to break my curse. Chima's smile faded. Why? Maybe there is another way to fix this problem. For the first time, Chima looked uncomfortable. You don't need another herbalist, he said quickly. Just be patient. Chinwe's stomach twisted. Why does he not want me to look for another cure? As more days passed, the villagers also started noticing something strange about Chima. He does not have a farm, but he always has money. He never talks about where he comes from. Why is he not afraid of Chinwe's curse? Chinwe heard the whisper and felt the same fear growing in her heart. Who was this man? One night, Chinwe decided to follow Chima again. She saw him return to the same rock in the forest, this time holding a small black bag. Chinwe's breath caught in her throat. What is in that bag? She waited until he left. Then she ran to the rock. Her hands shook as she lifted the clay pot cover. Inside was a folded piece of paper. Slowly, she opened it. What she saw made her blood run cold. Chinwe held the paper close to the moonlight. Written in bold letters was a name, Chinwe in capital letters. Her own name. Her hands trembled. Why is my name inside a charm? She covered the pot and ran back home, her heart pounding in fear. The next day, she sat outside her house waiting for Chima. When he arrived, smiling as usual, she did not smile back. Chima, what is in that clay pot in the forest? She asked. His smile vanished. What are you talking about? I saw my name inside it, she said, voice shaking. Tell me the truth, Chima. Who are you? Chima's face changed. For the first time, he looked nervous. Chima sighed deeply. Chinwe, you were never supposed to find that. Her stomach twisted. So it is true. You have been using my name for charm? He shook his head. No, it's not what you think. That pot, it is not for harming you. It is for protecting you. Protecting me from what? Chinwe whispered. Chima hesitated, then said, from the same ghost that caused you. Chinwe stared at him, confused. What do you mean? Chima took a deep breath. Chinwe, I knew your grandmother. Chinwe grasped. What? She was a kind woman, Chima continued, but she made a mistake. The gods wanted something from her, and when she refused, they caused her bloodline. I was there when it happened. Chinwe's head spun. But how? That happened years ago. Chima's face darkened. Because, Chinwe, I am not an ordinary man. Her body went cold. Then what are you? Chima looked into her eyes. I am part of the God's punishment, and I was sent here for you. Chinwe's breath caught in her throat. You were sent for me? Chima nodded slowly. I was once a man, long ago, but because of your grandmother's mistake, I was caused to serve the gods as their messenger. Chinwe shook her head in disbelief. You are lying. You eat, you laugh, you feel real. I am real, Chima said, but I am not like other men. I was sent to watch you, to make sure the curse was never broken. Chinwe felt her stomach tightened, not from her usual problem, but from fear. So all this time, you were pretending. The jokes, the kindness, was it all a lie? Chima's face softened. No, that part was real. He reached for her hand, but she pulled away. Then why did you stay? She whispered. Chima hesitated. Then in a quiet voice he said, because I never expected to fall in love with you. Chinwe's heart pounded. You love me? Chima nodded. I do. That's why I tried to protect you. The gods don't want your curse to be broken. If you find true love, they will lose their hold over your family. Chinwe took a shaky step back. So what happens now? Chima sighed. If I disobey the gods, they will punish me. If I let you suffer, I will lose you. Either ways, I am trapped. Chinwe's mind raced. So this is why he never ran away, because he was never meant to live. But Chinwe, Chima said, his eyes pleading, if you trust me, maybe we can change our fate. That night, a terrible storm swept through the village. Thunder rumbled, and the sky turned red. People whispered in fear. Papa Nuku rushed to Chinwe's house. His face pale. The gods are angry. Chinwe's mother clutched her chest. What do we do? Papa Nuku looked at Chinwe. It is because of him, isn't it? Chinwe swallowed. Yes, Chima was sent by the gods, but he wants to help me. Papa Nuku shook his head. Child, the gods do not forgive easily. If you fight this, they may punish the entire village. Chinwe felt a cold chill. Then what do I do? The old man hesitated. You must choose. Accept your fate or fight for your freedom. Chinwe ran to Chima's house, but he was already waiting for her. It has begun, he said. The gods knew I had betrayed them. Chinwe grabbed his hands. There must be a way out. Chima looked at him with sadness. There is only one way. She held her breath. Tell me. Chima took a deep breath. If I break my bonds with the gods, they will take me away, but the curse on you will be lifted forever. Chinwe's eyes filled with tears, but that means you will be gone. Chima cupped her face with his hands. Yes, but I would rather disappear than to see you suffer. Tears streamed down her cheeks. Chima, there has to be another way. He shook his head. This is the only way. As lightning flashed across the sky, Chima closed his eyes and whispered something in a language she didn't understand. A gust of wind swirled around them, and suddenly he was lifted off the ground. Chima! Chinwe screamed, trying to hold on to him. He smiled through the storm. Live, Chinwe, be free. And then, in a flash of light, he was gone. The next morning, the village was quiet. The storm had passed. The sky was clear. Chinwe sat outside, staring at the place where Chima had disappeared from. Her heart ached, but something was different. For the first time in years, she felt light. She took a deep breath and sat on a stool. She waited, expecting the usual embarrassment, but nothing happened. No sound, no smell. The curse was gone. Tears filled her eyes. Chima had kept his promise. Her mother and father rushed to her. Chinwe, is it true? She nodded. Yes. The villagers, hearing the news, came to see her themselves. She is free, they shouted. There was joy, there was laughter, but in Chinwe's heart there was also sadness, because the one man who had loved her despite everything, the man who had saved her, was gone. She whispered his name into the wind, Chima. And somewhere deep in the spirit world, she hoped he could hear her. This story has taught us that even love can challenge the gods and broke the unbreakable. If you have watched this story to the end, you are the real G of this channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe for more African folk tales and mysteries. Thank you to my returning subscribers and everyone that have been part of the growth of this channel. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family. Would you sacrifice your love to break a curse? Thank you for watching Folktales by Chinelo.